The big question today is, have I seen it all? I've listened to several of the big tracks of Led Zeppelin, diving into their discography and exploring a band that I knew of but have never really listened to. Just not my thing, didn't grow up with it. And I wonder, have I seen it all? Will they be able to blow my mind again? Hey everybody, welcome to the Ultimate YouTube channel. It's your girl, Rosalie. This is so freaking powerful. Guess what time it is? Let's keep this short and simple, but I had to come on here. So often we're stuck in our own little world, but it's all so much bigger than we realize. Today we're going to dive into Led Zeppelin, Over the Hills and Far Away, live at Madison Square Garden in 1973. Were you there? Why is Led Zeppelin one of your go-to bands? How have they impacted your life? Comment below. Here we go. Oh, and one last thing. Before we dive in, would you consider supporting me for the Tap Cancer Out Jiu-Jitsu competition? I will be competing in April. All the profits go to the beneficiaries of Tap Cancer Out, various organizations that are working hard to fight against cancer. I have lost several family members to cancer who I want to honor by doing this. And if you would consider donating even just $1 or $2, go check out the link in the description below or the link above to support me on this journey. I will do my best to represent you well. Here we go.
This is a track about, I suppose it's about you and me and everybody. You've probably written one just the same. Over the hills and far, far away.
In light of the songs I've already reviewed by Led Zeppelin, it fits to these stories that they've been giving us in their various songs. And here, the idea Over Hills and Far Away makes me think again of some of the thematics of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit that I saw in some of the other songs. But I love how down to earth he's presenting this. It's for you, for me, for everybody. It's humorous. I love seeing that side of artists, of getting a glimpse into their mind, not only their songs, their music, but when they say things on stage, it lets us look into some of what makes them, even behind the scenes. And I think that pulls people in even more. So that's enjoyable just to hear that.
Hey lady, you got the love I need. Maybe more than enough. Oh, darling, 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 walk a while with me. Oh, you got so much, I really need so much. I have to have so much.
I love that. I love that hook. The harmonies. Wow. Imagine the energy in that room being there. Wow. Side note, that black jacket with the red flowers, the red rose was beautiful. Ooh, I'd rock that. I am fascinated right now by the evolution of mankind and how we develop and evolve and change over history, from the various haircuts and what was trendy back then to nowadays what's considered masculine or feminine in that era versus today. Their hair is phenomenal. I mean, the locks just, I can see many women even being envious of that type of hair. Even the style, on one hand, there's this evolution and change, but at the same time, it just keeps coming back. There's nothing new under the sun, right? You see this crop top like blouse, and these things are coming back in, and the bell bottoms and everything. And it's interesting to see how things have developed, or how even in their time they were pioneers and causing people to pay attention, either for good reasons because they had fans and a lot of people who loved them, or for the reasons that people were appalled at the type of music they were making, or a whole lot of love and the type of sexualization in the songs, or God knows what the reasons were that people loved or hated them. And you find that even today, right, where there's things that we admire, things that we frown upon, and the next generation always trying to do something new. And it's very fascinating. Energy, the way that they're presenting themselves and how they're bringing us art. I also admire just to see how all of them work so beautifully together, everyone with their own instrument. The vocals being an instrument in and of themselves, every single instrument just adding to this piece of art. And it makes me think from a psychological standpoint about this dance we find between collectivism and individuality, where we are connected, if we like it or not. No man is an island, and we need one another. But at the same time, individuality is important to us. We don't just want to be drowned in an ocean of uniform. We want to feel like somehow we're special and one of a kind, and yet not be isolated and alone. It taps into our existential desires for relationship and fear of isolation. It taps into our desire for freedom, the freedom to express ourselves. We look for connection, but we also want to be ourselves. And I say that because even just this beautiful composition, from the beautiful hook and the introductory riff to how it just got really groovy. It was not just classic rock, right? But sometimes we like to label things because it gives us a sense of control. It makes us feel safe. It helps us to communicate what we're trying to say. But sometimes labels also do a disservice because now we're boxing something in. And we might say, oh, this is just classic rock. Those who don't know, me included as I'm learning, may say this is just that classic rock from the 70s. But I see even in this composition elements of so much soul and blues that if you allow yourself to feel the music, you can just feel the groove, and it's, juicy. And it's amazing to me because I just heard this lady say in reference to food, how a good chef should put himself into the dish, in the sense that the way that the food is prepared, the ingredients that are chosen, and the way that it's even displayed on a plate allows people to see part of the chef, or allows people to see what the chef was trying to reveal, was trying to show of him or herself. And just as much as culinary art can be an art, just as much as we have paintings that we can interpret in different ways, but then there's also the perspective from the artist's standpoint. What did he or she want to convey? What they're feeling or going through? There's this dance between our perception and their intention that makes art so beautiful, and all the various ingredients. And those who are lovers of those things, we admire things, and we pay attention to the detail. We appreciate the little nuances. And here too, I find such beauty in the intentionality, would that be the word? Of how they're playing together, how they're painting this picture, every instrument playing their individual role, and yet coming together as a collective to create this masterpiece where there's things that are affecting me as I'm listening, going, oh, I like that soul, or wow, that's a beautiful hook, that I love the chord progression here. I'm noticing harmonies. I'm noticing the voice and that rasp and that beautiful 70s rock voice and the vocal range and his ability to sing so high and have that grit and rasp and yet sound precise. But here there wasn't that many lyrics. A lot of it was the guitar solos and how the guitars played off of each other. And I find that beautiful. It's, again, one of those examples where I understand a bit more when people say that was music, and it's hard to come by something like this. It's an experience. The lyrics say, hey, lady, you got the love I need. And that fits to some of the other lyrics of theirs. Maybe more than enough. Oh, darling, darling, darling. Walk a while with me. You've got so much. Okay. Initially, it sounds just like this expression of affection, love, and sometimes could even be lust, right? This idea of you got what I want. Many have I loved, and many times been bitten. Okay, so now we're getting into the personal aspect of telling someone who we're interested in, who we love or are attracted to, I have loved many. This is not new to me, but I've been bitten. I've been burned. Many times I've gazed along the open road. Many times I've lied, and many times I've listened. I'm perceiving it to be meant as a contrast. I've loved, I've been bitten, I've lied, and I've listened. Nice little rhyme there too. But to me, it paints a picture of contrast. And I think that's very realistic. That is what love often in life often is for us. We have loved, we've been burned, we've lied, we've made mistakes. Many, many, many men, many, many men can't see the open road. So here he's saying, I have gazed along the open road. What is the open road? The future, the possibilities of where you might head in the future or what you want to be and have and do. Mellow is the man who knows what he's been missing. Mellow to me makes me think of someone calm, not necessarily complacent and lazy, but calm and serene. And to say that a man is mellow when he knows what he's been missing, it makes me think of a man or woman who is mature, who understands that there's something that's not quite right. They're missing something. And in this case, it could be, hey, you have what I need. This is what I've been missing. I've lived and I've loved and I've been bitten and I've lied, but you have what I'm missing. And so now I'm mellow. There's a sense of perhaps peace that comes with understanding ourselves enough to know I've been missing this and I want this. Many is a word that only leaves you guessing. And sure enough, look at me here, guessing about a thing you really ought to know. It sounds almost disheartening because it's like, oh my goodness, I can't find the answer. I'm guessing around, but I really should know. I find a contrast here, a beautiful one, between the playfulness of the first few verses that say, you got the love I need, oh darling, walk a while with me. It sounds fairly, we know what that's like. But then as the song progresses, we're getting deeper and more poetic and more philosophical maybe even, where now it's up for interpretation. What could they possibly be talking about? You tell me. I love that duality here. I love how complex their music is and how entertaining it is, and yet there's meaningful lyrics to ponder. You tell me, what does it mean to you? What do you think this song is about? Over the hills and far away. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next ride. Hey, yo.